Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Bobby Sherman, the beloved singer, actor, and public servant, touched the hearts of millions with his music, his kindness, and his quiet devotion to making the world a better place. Born on July 22, 1943, in Santa Monica, California, Bobby's life was marked by both dazzling stardom and humble service, a combination that defined his remarkable journey. In the 1960s and early 70s, Bobby rose to fame as one of America's most adored teen idols. With his boyish smile, signature brown hair, and golden voice, he became a household name through hit songs like Little Woman, Julie, Do You Love Me, and Easy Come, Easy Go. His face graced posters, magazines, and lunchboxes, while his concerts were filled with the joyful screams of devoted fans. Beyond the stage, Bobby captivated television audiences as Jeremy Bolt on the beloved series Here Come the Brides, bringing charm and heart to every episode. His success seemed endless, yet beneath the spotlight, Bobby longed for a deeper sense of purpose. In the mid-1970s, he made the courageous decision to step away from fame and dedicate himself to public service. As an emergency medical technician, reserve police officer, and deputy sheriff, Bobby saved lives and trained countless others to do the same. His humility and quiet heroism earned him the respect of colleagues and the admiration of those who knew him best. In recent months, Bobby faced a difficult health battle with late-stage kidney cancer. Even through those challenges, he remained strong, holding the hand of his wife, Brigitte, just as he had supported her for nearly 3 decades of marriage. Bobby's journey came to a peaceful close on June 24, 2025. His legacy is far greater than fame. It lives on in the lives he touched, the children he helped through his foundation, and the songs that continue to bring joy across generations. Above all, Bobby Sherman will be remembered for his courage, compassion, and unwavering light. Aki Aleong's life was never meant to follow a single path, and that's exactly what made his journey so extraordinary. Born Aki Aleong in Port of Spain, Trinidad in 1934, he grew up at the intersection of cultures, with roots stretching from Hong Kong to the Caribbean. Long before Hollywood knew his name, Aki was already navigating the complex, beautiful puzzle of identity. At just 15, he moved to Brooklyn, working in a hardware store by day and chasing his dreams by night. Those dreams soon took him from the stages of the tea house of the August Moon to the bright lights of Hollywood, where he made his mark in No Down Payment, tackling issues of race and prejudice in 1957, decades before such conversations became mainstream. But Aki Aliong was never content to be boxed in. Actor, singer, producer, activist, he did it all. His haunting portrayal of General Kwok in Braddock, Missing in Action 3, the calculating Mr. Chang in V, and his appearances alongside legends in Dragon. The Bruce Lee story and The Quest revealed his versatility, while his work behind the scenes reshaped the music industry itself. Aki wasn't just in the studio, he was leading change. He produced songs, promoted icons like James Brown, and challenged the status quo by advocating for diversity long before it was fashionable. His refusal to stay silent cost him opportunities, but never his integrity. Life brought unexpected turns, an unofficial blacklist from the music business, nights driving ambulances to make ends meet, and later, a triumphant return to acting with roles on The A-Team, Walker, Texas Ranger, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and beyond. Through it all, Aki never lost his fighting spirit. Even in his final chapter, facing dementia, he remained surrounded by family, love, and a legacy of resilience. On June 23, 2025, Aki Aleong's remarkable story reached its peaceful conclusion. Yet, the echoes of his courage, his trailblazing work, and his belief in equality continue to inspire across generations. Breaking news: Johnny Depp, a name that conjures images of daring pirates, misunderstood outsiders, and a career that has defied Hollywood expectations for over 4 decades. But behind the swagger of Captain Jack Sparrow, the haunting eyes of Edward Scissorhands, and the rebellious rock and roll persona lies a story that is as complex, painful, and deeply human as any script ever written. Today, we explore the life of a man whose extraordinary talent brought him worldwide fame, whose private struggles nearly destroyed him, and whose quiet resilience has allowed him to rise, time and again, from the ashes. How do you see Johnny Depp? As the legendary actor, the musician, the survivor? Share your thoughts as we walk through his remarkable and at times heartbreaking journey. Born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, John Christopher Depp II came into the world far from the bright lights of fame. His early years were defined by turbulence, a family that moved constantly, the breakdown of his parents' marriage, and an unsettled childhood that left him craving stability, but also fueled his fierce independence. Music became his first escape, and by his teenage years, Depp was performing in garage bands, dreaming not of cinema, but of rock stardom. Yet destiny had other plans. A chance audition in the mid-1980s led to his first film role in A Nightmare on Elm Street. His striking looks quickly captured the attention of casting directors, landing him a lead role in the hit TV series 21 Jump Street. Overnight, Johnny Depp became a teen idol, plastered across magazine covers and adored by millions. But Depp was never comfortable with the shallow trappings of celebrity. Beneath the surface was an artist who yearned for authenticity. He rejected predictable heartthrob roles and deliberately chose characters that were unconventional, often tortured, always unforgettable. It was his partnership with visionary director Tim Burton that truly unlocked Depp's potential. Their first collaboration, Edward Scissorhands, 1990, revealed a performer capable of profound vulnerability and emotional depth beneath layers of makeup and prosthetics. The silent, tragic Edward, with blades for fingers and sorrow in his eyes, became an instant icon, and Depp's reputation as Hollywood's most unconventional leading man was born. Throughout the 1990s and early 2000s, Depp carved a singular path in cinema. He became known for his fearless commitment to complex, offbeat roles: the quirky filmmaker in Ed Wood, the undercover cop in Donnie Brasco, the acid-fueled journalist in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and the brooding Ichabod Crane in Sleepy Hollow. Each performance was a risk, each character a defiance of Hollywood norms. But it was Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, 2003, that catapulted Depp into global superstardom. His portrayal of the eccentric, unpredictable Captain Jack Sparrow was nothing short of revolutionary. Inspired by rock legends and classic tricksters, Depp transformed what could have been a simple swashbuckling role into a layered, comedic, and utterly magnetic performance. Audiences were enthralled. Critics lauded his genius. An Academy Award nomination followed, and suddenly, Johnny Depp was not just the darling of indie cinema. He was one of the most bankable stars on the planet. The years that followed were a whirlwind of blockbuster success and critical acclaim. Depp's performances in Finding Neverland, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, and Fantastic Beasts solidified his place among Hollywood royalty. But behind the dazzling career was a storm brewing, one that would soon spill onto the world stage. His personal life, long marked by volatility and passionate relationships, took a dark turn with his marriage to actress Amber Heard. What began as a high-profile romance descended into accusations, lawsuits, and one of the most public and painful legal battles in entertainment history. The headlines were relentless. Allegations of abuse, counterclaims of lies, recordings, photos, endless speculation. The world watched as Depp's reputation was dragged through the mud. The consequences were swift and severe. He lost roles, including the coveted Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. Disney distanced itself from him. Once embraced by studios, Depp became a polarizing figure, his name synonymous with controversy rather than artistry. But the battles were not only legal. Behind the scenes, Depp's health began to reflect the emotional toll. Years of stress, unhealthy habits, and relentless public scrutiny left him physically drained. His once famous appearance changed. Hollowed features, weight fluctuations, and visible signs of fatigue concerned fans and fueled media speculation. One of the most visible indicators was his dental health. Decades of neglect and personal struggles had left his teeth in poor condition, leading to a complete dental reconstruction in 2023. More recently, images of Depp with a yellowish complexion have sparked fears of liver or gallbladder complications, though no official medical statements have confirmed these concerns. Despite the setbacks, Depp's resilience remains unwavering. In 2022, after a dramatic and highly publicized trial, he won a partial legal victory, reclaiming some of his tarnished reputation. But rather than bask in vindication, he chose retreat, distancing himself from Hollywood's chaos, moving to London, and refocusing on health, creativity, and self-preservation. In 2023, he re-emerged on the big screen in Jean du Barry, marking his quiet return to acting, not with blockbusters, but with a European art film that reflected his more introspective chapter. Alongside this, Depp reignited his passion for music with his band, Hollywood Vampires, using the stage not for fame, but for healing. These days, Johnny Depp is a man transformed, not entirely healed, not free of scars, but battle-tested and still standing. His recent interviews reveal a softer, more reflective tone. He speaks of personal growth, of understanding the fragility of fame, and the importance of health, both physical and emotional. Yet, the shadows of controversy linger. His remarks referring to himself as a crash test dummy for the Yamir Me Too movement sparked new debates. But Depp, long accustomed to public scrutiny, has made it clear his focus is forward, not backward. Today, at 61, Johnny Depp embodies the paradox of Hollywood itself. Brilliant yet flawed, adored yet controversial, enduring yet undeniably human. His journey reminds us that fame is fleeting, health is precious, and survival, in all its messy, painful, beautiful forms, is the greatest role of all. So, when you reflect on Johnny Depp's life, do you see the swashbuckling hero, the misunderstood artist, or the resilient man beneath it all? Let us know in the comments. And if his story moved you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel as we continue honoring the legacies of those who have weathered the storm and still find a way to shine. Anne Burrell brought joy to the kitchen, not just with her culinary talents, but with her infectious energy, radiant smile, and passion for teaching others to love food. Born in 1969 in upstate New York, Anne's journey began humbly, shaped by the simple pleasures of cooking alongside her mother. But what started in a family kitchen soon blossomed into an extraordinary career that touched millions. After earning her degree in English and Communications, Anne pursued her true calling at the Culinary Institute of America, later refining her skills in Italy at a Michelin-starred restaurant. From there, she rose through the ranks of New York's competitive restaurant scene, driven by grit, talent, and boundless enthusiasm. But it was on television that Anne became a household name. With her signature spiky blonde hair and joyful spirit, she guided viewers through complex recipes on Secrets of a Restaurant Chef, inspired budding cooks on Iron Chef America, and mentored countless contestants over 27 seasons of Worst Cooks in America. Her catchphrase, "I like to put happy and joy into my food," perfectly captured her approach to both cooking and life. Beyond the spotlight, Anne embraced life's new chapters with courage and humor. In her 50s, she married Stewart Claxton, becoming a proud stepmother to Javier. She even challenged herself by taking improv acting classes, determined to grow beyond the kitchen and explore new passions. On June 17, 2025, Anne passed away at her Brooklyn home, leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond her recipes. She taught us that food isn't just about sustenance. It's about love, laughter, and bringing people together. Anne's warmth, wit, and generosity will never be forgotten. Her spirit lives on in every joyful meal shared, every student she inspired, and every life she touched. Dave Scott was more than a choreographer. He was a force of joy, inspiration, and innovation who forever changed the way we experience dance. Born on August 15, 1972, in Compton, California, Dave's journey began with nothing but raw talent, boundless energy, and an unwavering belief that dance could be a language understood by all. From his early days touring with Rob Bass to lighting up Hollywood, Dave's signature style, blending hip-hop, breakdance, and pure heart, became iconic. Millions first came to know his name through films like You Got Served, Step Up 2, The Streets, and Step Up 3D, where his groundbreaking choreography electrified the screen and inspired generations. On television, he made an indelible mark on So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars, nurturing young talent and reminding us all that dance is as much about soul as it is about steps. But beyond the lights and cameras, Dave was a mentor, a friend, a father, and a guiding spirit. His kindness, laughter, and encouragement made him beloved by performers and fans alike. Stars like Debbie Allen, Harry Shum Jr., and Comfort Fidoki have all shared how Dave's belief in them helped shape their careers and confidence. Even as his work reached global audiences, Dave remained grounded, never forgetting his roots, never losing sight of his mission to uplift through movement. His choreography wasn't just technical brilliance, it was storytelling, filled with emotion, unity, and rhythm that spoke to the heart. On June 16, 2025, Dave passed away at the age of 52. Though gone too soon, his legacy lives on in every dancer he inspired, every performance that bears his influence, and every moment when music moves us to get up and dance. Dave Scott taught us that, through movement, we find connection, expression, and joy. His spirit will forever be part of the rhythm that unites us all. David Johansen wasn't just a singer, he was a pioneer, a provocateur, and a true original whose music, style, and spirit defined an era. Born on Staten Island in 1950, David's life was shaped by music from the very beginning. With a voice full of grit and charisma, he stepped onto the stage in the early 70s as the electrifying frontman of the New York Dolls, a band whose raw sound, gender-bending image, and fearless energy helped lay the foundation for punk rock. Songs like Personality Crisis and Looking for a Kiss didn't just entertain, they challenged, they inspired, and they sparked a cultural movement that still reverberates today. Though fame came with turbulence, David never stopped evolving. As Buster Poindexter, with his pompadour and playful swagger, he introduced the world to the infectious hit Hot, 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 a song that became synonymous with celebration, even if David himself jokingly called it the bane of my existence. But behind every lyric and every performance was an artist unafraid to explore, experiment, and express himself in all his complexities. Beyond the music, David left his mark on the silver screen with memorable roles in Scrooged, Let It Ride, and Oz, showcasing the same magnetic presence that made him a star on stage. Even as his health declined in recent years, a private battle with cancer, a brain tumor, and injury, David's spirit never wavered. His Sirius XM show, Mansion of Fun, and the acclaimed Martin Scorsese documentary, Personality Crisis, One Night Only, revealed his boundless love for all genres of music and his unfiltered, witty perspective on life. On February 28, 2020, Mick Ralphs, the legendary guitarist, songwriter, and founding member of Mott the Hoople and Bad Company, has left us at the age of 81, leaving behind a void that echoes through the heart of rock and roll. Born in the English countryside of Herefordshire, Ralphs picked up the guitar in his youth, captivated by the raw spirit of blues and rock music. His talent and vision would soon make him a pillar of two of the most influential rock bands of the 1970s, shaping the sound of a generation. With Mott the Hoople, Ralphs helped craft a rebellious, electrifying sound that defied convention. Their anthem, All the Young Dudes, gifted to them by David Bowie, became more than a song. It was a rallying cry for misfits, dreamers, and youth seeking their place in the world. Ralph's unmistakable guitar work infused every note with grit, soul, and defiance. But Ralph's restless creative spirit couldn't be confined. In 1973, alongside Paul Rodgers, Simon Kirke, and Boz Burrell, he co-founded Bad Company, a band whose name alone became synonymous with classic rock excellence. Ralphs penned timeless anthems like Can't Get Enough, Ready for Love, and Feel Like Makin' Love, songs that continue to ignite arenas and stir the hearts of rock fans worldwide. His playing was never about flashy solos or technical perfection. It was about capturing the moment, the raw emotion, the fire that lives inside every great rock song. As Ralphs once said, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it captures the moment. That's what it's all about. For over 5 decades, Ralphs poured his soul into his music, from sold-out stadiums to intimate blues clubs, always carrying with him the same sincerity and passion that first drew him to the guitar. Even after a debilitating stroke in 2016 that silenced his live performances, his influence never waned. Mick Ralphs's fingerprints are etched into the very fabric of rock history. In every ringing chord, every unforgettable riff, and every lyric that made us believe in love, rebellion, and freedom. He passed peacefully, surrounded by his beloved partner Susie Chavasse, his children, stepchildren, and the friends and bandmates who stood by him for a lifetime. Later this year, Bad Company's long-awaited induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will be a fitting tribute to Ralph's extraordinary legacy. Though he won't be there in person, every note, every memory, every song will carry his spirit. Rest easy, Mick. Your music, your soul, your legacy, they will live forever. The sound of your guitar still echoes, and we'll never stop listening. Al Foster, one of jazz's most influential drummers whose impeccable groove shaped the sound of modern jazz for over 6 decades, has passed away at the age of 82. He died peacefully on May 28, 2025, at his New York City apartment after a long illness, confirmed by his partner of 47 years, Bonnie Rose Steinberg. Born Aloysius Tyrone Foster on January 18, 1943, in Richmond, Virginia, Foster grew up in Harlem, inspired by the rhythms of Max Roach and the vibrant jazz scene. By age 20, he was recording with trumpeter Blue Mitchell, quickly establishing himself as one of the most versatile drummers of his generation. Foster is best known for his longtime collaboration with Miles Davis, who praised his perfect groove and made him a key member of his electric bands during the 1970s. Foster appeared on groundbreaking albums like On the Corner, Dark Magus, and Agartha, blending jazz, funk, and rock into a powerful new sound. While his work with Davis made him famous, Foster's heart always belonged to straight-ahead swing. His sensitive, responsive drumming made him a favorite of legends like Sonny Rollins, Joe Henderson, McCoy Tyner, Herbie Hancock, and Art Pepper. His performance on Henderson's The State of the Tenor remains a highlight of live jazz recordings. Later in his career, Foster became a respected bandleader, recording acclaimed albums like Reflections, 2022, which he called his best record yet. His ability to continuously evolve, even into his 80s, was a testament to his dedication and passion. Foster is survived by his partner Bonnie Rose Steinberg, 3 daughters, 6 grandchildren, and countless musicians he mentored. His son, Brandon, passed away in 2018. Al Foster's drumming was more than rhythm. It was the heartbeat of modern jazz. His legacy will resonate in every note, every groove, and every musician he inspired. Lynn Marie Stewart, beloved star of Pee-wee's Playhouse and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, dies at 78. Lynn Marie Stewart, the beloved actress known for her iconic role as Miss Yvonne on Pee-wee's Playhouse and Bonnie Kelly on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, has passed away at 78. She died on February 21, 2025, after a brief and unexpected illness. Stewart was born on December 14, 1946, in Los Angeles. Her love for comedy and performance blossomed early, eventually leading her to join the famed Groundlings comedy troupe, where she met Paul Rubens and created the character Miss Yvonne, the most beautiful woman in Puppetland. She brought this beloved character to life in the Pee Wee Herman Show, the CBS hit Pee-wee's Playhouse, 1986-1990, and several Pee Wee films. Beyond her success in children's television, Stewart enjoyed a long career in film and TV, with appearances in American Graffiti, The Running Man, Laverne and Shirley, MASH, Arrested Development, and more. Most recently, she played Bonnie, the hilariously dysfunctional mother of Charlie Kelly, Charlie Day, in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, appearing in 18 episodes from 2005 to 2023. In December 2024, Stewart completed filming her latest project, The Dink. Shortly after, she visited the doctor due to exhaustion, only to receive the shocking diagnosis of a tumor near her liver and gallbladder. Her health declined rapidly, but she was able to watch The Dink with her family the day before she passed. Friends and co-stars mourned her passing. Charlie Day thanked her for years of laughter, while Danny DeVito called her a wonderful spirit. Cassandra Peterson, known as Elvira, remembered Stewart as one of the sweetest, funniest women who ever lived. Stewart is survived by her sister Gail, close family friends, and many who adored her work. Her kindness, humor, and unforgettable characters leave a lasting legacy. Renowned British actor Lee Montigue, celebrated for his commanding presence across film, television, and stage, has passed away at the age of 97. His death was announced by Keats Community Library, where Montigue served as president for life and played a pivotal role in saving the institution from closure. Born in East London in 1927, Montigue trained at the prestigious Old Vic Theatre School and began his stage career in 1950. Over the next 6 decades, he became one of Britain's most respected character actors, known for his intensity and versatility. Montague's illustrious career spanned over 140 acting credits. He made his film debut in the 1952 classic Moulin Rouge and went on to appear in acclaimed productions, including Brass Target, Brother Sun, Sister Moon, How I Won the War, and Jesus of Nazareth. He was also the first-ever storyteller on the beloved BBC children's show Jackanory, narrating 15 episodes and earning a BAFTA for his work. On television, Montigue became a familiar face through roles in The Sweeney, Bergerac, Casualty, Seconds Out, and Tales of the Unexpected, often portraying tough, complex characters. Beyond acting, Montigue was a dedicated community leader. When Camden Council closed Keats Community Library in 2011, Montigue spearheaded efforts to revive it as a charity, ensuring its survival and continuing legacy. His literary evenings with fellow stars like Michael Palin and Robert Powell drew sold-out audiences. Tributes have poured in from across the arts. Michael Palin remembered him as wise, funny, and wonderful company, while actor Robert Lindsay called him his theatrical dad. Montigue, a lifelong Arsenal supporter, was married to actress Ruth Goring for 67 years until her passing in 2023. He is survived by their 2 children. With his passing, Britain loses not only a brilliant actor, but a true champion of culture and community. His remarkable legacy in entertainment and public service will long be remembered. Lenny Schultz, the high-energy, wildly unpredictable comedian who filled stages with laughter, sound effects, food, and sheer chaos, has died at age 91 at his home in Delray Beach, Florida. His son, Mark Schultz, confirmed his passing from natural causes. Famous for his physical comedy, manic energy, and love of props, Schultz's act defied traditional stand-up. "I can't tell a joke," he once confessed, but his zany antics earned him a reputation as one of the most unique comedians of his era, inspiring performers like Robin Williams, Gallagher, Carrot Top, and Sam Kinison. Audiences at his shows famously chanted, "Go crazy, Lenny," a cue for Schultz to unleash mayhem, often smashing food, making animal sounds, playing a banana like a violin, or riding a stick horse while flinging cereal into the crowd. His act was so wild that fellow comics dreaded following him on stage. Born in the Bronx in 1933 to Russian immigrant parents, Schultz aspired to play Major League Baseball, but lost that dream to a shoulder injury. Instead, he served in the U.S. Army, earned degrees from NYU and Hunter College, and spent decades as a high school gym teacher in Queens, even as his comedy career took off. Schultz's big break came in 1969 at New York's Improv Comedy Club. Soon, he was performing on The Tonight Show, The Ed Sullivan Show, and in Catskills resorts. In the late 70s, he starred on TV shows like Ball 4 and the rebooted Laugh-In, leaving an unforgettable impression. Despite his fame, Schultz kept his teaching job for years, balancing early club shows with morning gym classes. His humor and heart made him beloved both on stage and in the classroom. Known for saying, "I like the zanies, I am a zany," Schultz leaves behind a legacy of laughter, chaos, and boundless creativity that influenced generations of comedians. His unique spirit and offbeat genius will be deeply missed. Cory Crew, beloved Newfoundland performer and one half of the iconic duo Cory and Trina, has passed away at the age of 80. He died on February 8, 2025, at the Miller Center in St. John's. Born in Northern Arm and raised in Grand Bank, Crew and his wife Trina Fulford, who were high school sweethearts, became a household name across Newfoundland and Labrador. From the 1970s to the 1990s, Cory and Trina filled packed clubs with their unique blend of music and comedy, releasing 4 albums and creating unforgettable memories for fans. Their bond on stage reflected their love off stage. "I was always happy on stage because she was happy on stage," Cory once shared in an interview, recalling their shared dream of entertaining. Trina's death from cancer in 2007 deeply affected Cory, but he kept her memory alive by proudly displaying their albums, costumes, and show posters in their Mount Pearl home. Off the stage, Cory worked as a teacher in Alberta and Manitoba until retiring in 2021. Despite his career in education, his heart remained tied to the music and comedy that defined his life with Trina. Cory was known for his quick wit, love of music, faith, and deep devotion to family and friends. His humor and kindness left a lasting impact on all who knew him. Visitations will be held at Call's funeral home in St. John's on February 12th, followed by a funeral mass at Our Lady Queen of Families Parish in Mount Pearl on February 13th. Cory's legacy as a performer and devoted husband lives on, cherished by his family, friends, and generations of fans who adored Cory and Trina. David Cope, the trailblazing composer known as the godfather of AI music, passed away on May 4, 2025, at his home in Santa Cruz, California, aged 83. The cause was congestive heart failure, as confirmed by his family. Born in San Francisco in 1941 and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, Cope developed an early passion for music, inspired by Bach, Tchaikovsky, and Rachmaninoff. After earning his degrees from Arizona State University and the University of Southern California, Cope enjoyed success as a classical composer, but a severe case of writer's block in 1981 changed the trajectory of his life and music history. In search of inspiration, Cope turned to computers. His groundbreaking program, Experiments in Musical Intelligence, EMI or EMI, could analyze existing music, extract its stylistic signatures, and recombine them into new original compositions. EMI's Bach-style chorales and Mozart sonatas astounded audiences, but also sparked intense controversy. While some hailed Cope's work as visionary, others declared it the death of music, dismissing computer-generated compositions as soulless imitations. Despite criticism, Cope continued to refine his work, later creating Emily Howell, an AI capable of more interactive musical collaborations. Through these projects, he raised profound questions about creativity, consciousness, and the boundaries between human and machine-made art. Cope taught at the University of California, Santa Cruz for 3 decades, influencing generations of musicians and computer scientists. He authored over 10 influential books, including Experiments in Musical Intelligence, 1997, and New Directions in Music, 1971, alongside operas, symphonies, and poetry. Known for embracing controversy, Cope once declared, "I want the negative reaction, I feed off it." His work challenged the world to rethink the origins of creativity. David Cope is survived by his wife, Mary Jane, 4 sons, and 4 grandchildren. His legacy endures in the fields of algorithmic composition, AI music, and in the ongoing debate about the soul of art itself. Andrea Broussard Nevins, an acclaimed documentary filmmaker whose heartfelt storytelling touched audiences across America, peacefully left us on April 12, 2025, at the age of 63, surrounded by her loving family. Born in New York City in 1962, Andrea built a remarkable career defined by her compassion, curiosity, and unwavering belief in the power of human connection. Her passing followed a courageous battle with breast cancer. From her earliest days as a journalist for NPR and ABC News, Andrea demonstrated a gift for uncovering stories that stirred both the mind and heart. But it was in the world of independent film where she truly left her mark. Her Oscar-nominated short, Still Kicking, The Fabulous Palm Springs Follies, shone a joyful light on performers defying age and set the tone for a career devoted to elevating underdogs and unexpected heroes. Andrea's groundbreaking documentary, The Other F Word, revealed the tender side of punk rock fathers navigating parenthood. A surprising, deeply human portrait that resonated with families everywhere. With Tiny Shoulders, Rethinking Barbie, she explored the complex legacy of an iconic doll, offering a powerful reflection on culture, womanhood, and change. That film would later influence the major motion picture Barbie, introducing Andrea's thoughtful vision to a new generation. Her work was never easy. Gaining the trust of subjects, opening doors to guarded institutions like Mattel, and telling honest, layered stories required both determination and heart. Even as she faced personal health struggles, Andrea continued to create, driven by a belief that stories can heal, inspire, and bring people together. Beyond the screen, Andrea was a devoted wife, mother, and cherished member of her community. She is survived by her husband David Nevins, their 3 children, and countless friends, colleagues, and admirers. Andrea's legacy lives on through her films, which remind us that behind every unlikely hero, there is a story worth hearing and a heart worth knowing. Breaking news. Dermot Mulroney is one of the quiet survivors of Hollywood, a name that may not shout across tabloids, but one that has echoed steadily, consistently, and with remarkable endurance through more than 3 decades of American cinema. Known for his rugged charm, soulful eyes, and quiet intensity, Mulroney's story is not one of overnight superstardom, but of persistence, versatility, and the quiet, often overlooked struggle to remain relevant in an industry that favors spectacle over substance. Born on October 31, 1963 in Alexandria, Virginia, Dermot Mulroney grew up far from Hollywood's glittering hills. His upbringing was modest, grounded in family values and creativity. From an early age, he showed an affinity for music, becoming a skilled cellist, an art form he still embraces today. But it was the pull of the screen, the draw of storytelling, that led him west to Los Angeles, determined to carve out his place in film. And carve it he did, though not always under the blinding spotlight. Mulroney's early career was defined by gritty, offbeat roles. He embodied outlaws, misfits, and drifters, slowly building a reputation as a dependable, nuanced actor. His breakthrough came not with a bang, but with quiet, layered performances in films like Young Guns, Longtime Companion, and The Thing Called Love. But it was in 1997, with the romantic comedy classic My Best Friend's Wedding, that Mulroney became a household name. Starring opposite Julia Roberts, he played Michael O'Neill, the charming, grounded best friend caught in a love triangle that captured the hearts of millions. His performance was subtle but powerful, the perfect counterbalance to Roberts' fiery energy. The film became an instant hit, and Mulroney, with his rugged good looks and understated charisma, found himself propelled into the Hollywood mainstream. Yet, success brought its own challenges. Following the film's massive success, Mulroney admitted to retreating from the public eye for nearly a year. Despite the fame, he felt overshadowed, his role downplayed in promotional materials, his contribution underestimated. The experience left him questioning his place in the industry, a sentiment familiar to many actors navigating fame's fickle nature. Mulroney's response, however, was not withdrawal, but quiet resilience. He chose roles that challenged him, embraced independent films, and honed his craft away from the relentless glare of blockbuster expectations. From About Schmidt to Zodiac, from The Family Stone to August Osage County, he demonstrated an unwavering commitment to character-driven storytelling, often playing complex, flawed men navigating life's uncertainties. But behind the screen, Mulroney faced personal battles of his own. In candid interviews, he has opened up about his struggles with alcohol earlier in his career, a coping mechanism, perhaps, for the pressures of Hollywood and his own internal conflicts. The journey to sobriety was not easy, but it was a testament to his quiet strength. Mulroney's ability to confront his demons and choose health over habit speaks volumes about his character, a resilience that mirrors the understated determination he brings to his roles. Physically, Mulroney bears a lasting reminder of life's unpredictability, a visible scar on his upper lip, the result of a childhood accident involving broken glass. While some may view it as an imperfection, Mulroney has long embraced it as part of his identity, a symbol of his authenticity in an industry obsessed with polished appearances. Today, at 61, Dermot Mulroney continues to embody the rare longevity that defines only the most adaptable actors. His career has gracefully evolved, spanning genres and generations. On television, he has captivated audiences in acclaimed series like Shameless, New Girl, and Station 19. Recently, he made his debut in the Marvel Universe with Secret Invasion, proving once again his ability to remain relevant, versatile, and in demand. Yet, even in the face of professional steadiness, life has presented new challenges. In June 2025, news broke that Molrron filed for divorce from his wife of nearly 15 years, Prima Apollinaire. The couple, who share 2 young daughters, cited irreconcilable differences. Though personal heartbreak is never easy, reports suggest the separation is amicable, with both prioritizing their children's well-being. For Molrron, it marks another chapter of transition, navigating the complexities of family, fame, and the quiet battles that unfold away from cameras. Despite these personal trials, one thing remains constant: Molrron's unwavering work ethic and love for his craft. His colleagues often describe him as grounded, humble, and deeply committed to storytelling. His off-screen presence is refreshingly understated, a man more interested in perfecting his performance than dominating headlines. It is easy to overlook actors like Dermot Mulroney in a landscape dominated by spectacle. But his legacy is woven from subtler threads: the quiet vulnerability of a romantic lead, the complexity of a conflicted father, the grit of a flawed everyman. His work reminds us that not all heroes shout, not all artists crave the limelight. For older audiences who have followed his journey, Molrron's career reflects life's enduring truths: that growth is rarely linear, that resilience is often quiet, and that personal battles, whether with addiction, self-doubt, or heartbreak, can be overcome with grace and perseverance. Today, we celebrate Dermot Mulroney, not just as an actor, but as an artist who has walked the winding path of fame with humility, honesty, and heart. His story is not one of overnight triumph, but of steady dedication, the kind of career built not on scandals or spectacles, but on talent, integrity, and the quiet courage to keep showing up. What is your most memorable Dermot Mulroney performance? Was it the charm of My Best Friend's Wedding, the grit of Zodiac, or the emotional depth of August, Osage County? Let us know in the comments. And if this story of resilience resonates with you, please like this video and share your thoughts. Because Dermot Mulroney's journey reminds us all: quiet strength often speaks the loudest, and in the marathon of life, persistence is its own kind of success.